Well, welcome back, everybody. Jeff Hopper with Jeff Cranford, talking about whether you're qualified. And Jeff, last time we saw that sin can disqualify us. I want to talk about another way that we might be disqualified. Actually, it's a little bit different understanding than what we've been talking about, because what we're talking about now is people who disqualify themselves by not even entering the tournament.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, so, I just don't know if I'm good enough. And I go directly, when I'm thinking on this, to Moses.
Yes.
Burning bush. God says, you're the man. And Moses says, no, I'm not.
Actually, Moses said, no, I'm not, because he struggled with his speech.
That's right.
And he's being called to do something that he couldn't possibly do.
But he kept saying to the Lord, I can't do this, I can't do that. And God's like, wait a minute. Do you realize who I am?
Right.
I'm the one who gave you speech. Am I not? And Moses finally has to say, well, yes, you are. Can you get somebody else?
Right. Well, I found there's a balance here, Jeff. There's typically we fall off on one side of the horse or the other. Either we fall off on, I can accomplish all things.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, we struggle with pride and a lack of understanding that we're creation and not the creator. Or we fall off on the other side and we have too low an estimation of who our God is. And so it's one or the other. And there is a balance between recognizing that we're created in the image of God, but we're also creation. And so if you're too much on the emphasis of I'm just creation, then you're going to feel that you're going to never enter. God could never love me because you recognize your own deficit.
Wow.
But if you on the other side, if you only think, well, I'm created in the image of God, well, that's true, but you're also a creature, so it's easy to overestimate or underestimate ourselves, and we don't think, and it's what Paul says, we don't think rightly about ourselves. We don't judge ourselves rightly.
Yeah.
And so that's challenging.
It is challenging. Yeah. I think, too, in the church, in the kingdom, like in some other parts of life, people disqualify themselves because they don't want the responsibility.
Yeah.
We talked last time about leadership, and, to say, okay, I aspire to be a leader, which is a noble thing to do.
Correct.
It means I'm going to take that standard upon myself. Some guys don't like to play the tournament because they've never putted everything out.
It's the most exposing thing you can possibly do. I mean, to play in a golf tournament and post, and I talk to, we have relationships with these various tour guys through the years, and some of them are very dear friends, and you always hear this constantly. I feel like people are always, how you doing? And it's always, well, that means, what did you shoot? And so it's like your self-worth can easily become the number in the newspaper every single week. So you feel high and wonderful when you finish top 10, and then you feel miserable if you miss the cut by 5 shots and maybe miss 4 or 5 cuts in a row. And so to keep that balance is, again, to have that correct understanding of both I'm qualified, but it's also the Lord who qualifies me.
That's right.
Right.
And that's the good news, because the God who is in the burning bush is the God that stands with us today and qualifies us.
That's right. And listen to Moses' words, Exodus chapter 4. Then Moses said to the Lord, please, Lord, I've never been eloquent, neither recently, nor in the past time, nor since you've spoken to your servant, for I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. And then the Lord said to him, who's made man's mouth? Who makes him deaf or dumb or seen or blind? Is it not I, said the Lord? Now then go, I will be with your mouth and teach you what you are to say. So Moses was falling off on the side of, I'm just a creature and I can't do it, so he's stuttering and slow of speech. And God says, don't you realize who I am? And he had to understand, you're created in my image and I'm empowering you. So again, he brings him back to a place of balance, and then obviously Moses fulfills his destiny.
Yeah, he does. Well, we're really excited to unfold ways that the Lord may fulfill your destiny, give you ways to do work in the kingdom. One of the ways that I've seen him qualify Jeff in a way I never knew before just now is you're a great actor.
It took you all that time to figure that out.
I'm going to come back with this actor in a week, and we'll see you then.